looking both at the camera and at my phone. But yeah, hello, hello. I hope you're all having an absolutely amazing day. Again, just looking here, making sure everyone is good. Yeah, so what was I saying? Sometimes I'll start out these videos, I feel so excited and ready, and I know exactly what I want to say. And then other days like today, I feel like it's more kind of a spur of the moment type thing. Also, I'm just giving you a warning. Not a warning, I guess just a heads up. I did a ton of swimming yesterday and it was so much fun. But for me anyways, whenever I spend a lot of time in the water, the next day, my nose is just so congested. Does any of that happen to you too, or is it just me? Yeah, so it's a little bit hard to talk, but I think we will be okay. If you're new here, hello, how are you? My name is Michelle. I do the social media here at Pal Talk, and we have the live streams twice a week now. Hello, Michelle. Oh, that's so sweet of you. Thank you, Bob. Yeah, so we normally do the streams on Monday and Thursday, but of course, some things happen. Like for me, yesterday, it was a holiday here in Canada. It was just a long weekend. I'm not sure if it's actually all of Canada or just certain areas, but it was a long weekend for me. And like I said before, I literally swam the entire day. It was beautiful. It was a little bit rainy, but I kind of like that sometimes. It feels really good because it's weird. Like when it's a little chilly outside, like the water will feel a lot warmer. It is just like a fun thing to do, as long as it isn't thundering and lightning, of course, because that is not safe. And also, I'm in a new location today. I am in my basement because the upstairs area is crazy. It's loud, it's messy, so I was like, okay, we're just gonna chill here today and have a little chit chat. Yeah, again, I'm streaming both here on Facebook Live and in my room. So if you want to watch in one place or in the other or both at the same time, that is totally cool, totally fun. You can totally invite your friends if you want to, because we're going to be chatting for around 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so. Before I get into it, please feel free to comment your name, where you're from, what you do, how your day is going, how your week is going, because I'm a very nosy person and I love to know. Yes, I am in my room in Pal Talk, which is Michelle's room. I shared a link on our Facebook page, or I should reword that. I share links on our Facebook page to my room around once or twice a week, so you could easily click the link there. Or you could type in Michelle's room into Pal Talk. Sorry, I'm just trying to keep up with the comment section because I don't want to leave anybody out. But yeah, sometimes, as I mentioned before, sometimes I will think of topics like a couple weeks in advance. Sometimes I'll think of it like the morning of. Sometimes I'll think of things like going on in my life. And the name of my room is Michelle's room. If you type that into Pal Talk, you should easily find it. And also, I share links on our social media to my room constantly, so you can just quickly scroll and see there. I feel like I'm kind of weird. Sometimes when I talk, I get nervous. If I type in a link, I'll accidentally hang up or something, because tech sometimes can be a little complicated. But yeah, I'm doing really great. I hope you all are as well. Yeah, again, sometimes these intros are 10 minutes, and this is kind of getting up there. It's been about 7 minutes, but it's the way these live chats go. It's what makes it interesting, just raw, open. Exactly why I don't really like going in with a script. I prefer to go in with just something that I'm personally going through and kind of just chat about it with you guys. And I am super congested today. I am so sorry, but I'm sure hopefully in a couple of days I'll be back to my old self, unless I go swimming again later today, which I might, and then we'll be back at square one. But hey, it's all good. With that being said, today I really wanted to talk to you guys about journaling. So here's the deal. I feel like sometimes when things are going super awesome in your life, or even sometimes if something is going wrong, sorry, I'm getting something weird here. Okay, never mind. Yeah, so I feel like sometimes, it's also a train of thought. when there's something going on significant in our life and it's taking up a lot of like our brain power, it could be really hard to kind of think through the situation in your head because you'll just have so many thoughts and ideas going on at once, and then things just get lost. Hello. Sorry, just reading through the comments. I really appreciate everyone who comments, say hi. Yeah, so I feel like where I forget where I read this exactly. Sorry, I just saw a message. I think there might be something wrong with the audio, so let me see if I can fix that, you guys. I'm having some audio stuff. Could you guys hear me at all? I just want to make sure that everything is okay. 1 second. I don't want to leave you guys hanging. One sec. One sec, you guys. Could you guys hear me now? Please let me know. I just want to make sure that everything is okay, and let me put you back right there. Okay, stay. Don't fall. Makes me a little nervous. Anyways, yeah, I hope you all could hear me now. Sorry, sometimes when you do 2 chats at once, things get a little glitchy. Oh yeah, so I know it was working here on Facebook, but in my room, Michelle's room, yeah, I don't think it was working, but I think we're all good now. Alrighty. Yeah, I don't know why it isn't working. Could you guys hear me now? I mean, in the Pal Talk room, I should say. Sorry for not being clear. Yeah, but I'm just gonna get back into the convo. So yeah, I feel like when there's so many things going on, it's just kind of like, yeah, it's hard to kind of like think things through logically and clearly, and actually writing things down just really helps you make sense of the situation. Like if you have to make kind of like a difficult decision, it's like setting aside like the pros and cons, but actually writing it out in a list could just make it so much easier to understand and comprehend. There's this quote or this expression, I'm not entirely sure who said it. I just remember reading it somewhere. It was something along the lines of like thinking on paper is the best way to go when you're struggling with something or dealing with something. Okay, great. I'm so glad it's working. Hello. Hi, Elaine. Hi, Billy. Hi, Roni. Thank you so much for commenting. Sorry, just answering comments and stuff. But yeah, sometimes sorry, I think the Pal Talk room. Just want to make sure that everything is going okay. Here. Yeah, it's just easy to think on paper a lot easier, I feel. Yeah, like, do you guys write like to-do lists? Do you guys write lists the night before? How do you go about keeping yourself organized and keeping your thoughts organized? Hello, thanks everyone for commenting. Yeah, also, if you guys, I will always want to throw this in there because I'm afraid I'll forget. If you have any like questions, comments, concerns, don't be shy to leave a comment and interrupt, or you could leave a comment afterwards and I will get back to you. And also, if you have any rooms of yours you want to promote, feel free to leave them in the comments too, because I always love discovering new rooms. Awesome. It's great to see you too. Yeah, it's funny because I'm looking in like the viewfinder right now and I feel like this location is so different. I'm just like, this isn't what I'm used to. Once more, please. Yeah, so again, like if I'm feeling like frustrated about something, I'll make an effort to kind of just write out my thoughts and then kind of reflect how I'm feeling in that sense. Yeah, we're just having a chit chat about writing things down on paper and the importance of journaling. Also, I feel like what I find really cool about journaling is that there is not really any rules, and it's kind of just a place for you to write down like your own ideas without feeling like judged or you're doing or saying something wrong. I mean, it's so important to have like really solid relationships with your friends and your family and kind of just like confide in them if something is going on, asking for advice and just getting their opinion if they're an expert in the field of something you're struggling with. But the truth is sometimes you kind of have to just think through things on your own and be like 100% honest. Because like deep down, like let's say you're venting to a parent or a sibling or something. Obviously they know you the best. Well, chances are they know you the best, I mean. But sometimes they could kind of take their biases into effect and give you, they may not even realize it, but they may be giving you advice based on what they feel you need as opposed to what you really, really need. Like if you're having a disagreement, that's a hard example. Or I'll just say it. Let's say you're having a disagreement with a friend and you confide in a sibling and be like, me and this friend had a fight. I'm not sure what to do about it. What would you advise? Like, what would your advice be? Let's just say they know you've been friends for years and years. So, of course, they want your best interest. They want the friendship to last. So they could tell you, like, you know, just say sorry, move on, accept it, blah, blah, blah. But sometimes it could be a bit more complicated. Like if something if something bad happens, something really upset you, sometimes it's like apologies are a two-way street. And sometimes you kind of just have to open up the situation and get all your feelings out and just kind of like get everything off your chest, be totally open and honest instead of just apologizing right away. It's kind of hard to explain, I feel like, because again, it's just so totally hypothetical. It is very, very important, in my opinion, to know how to apologize and also how to forgive. Because no matter what relationship you're in with, you know, a friend, a family member, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a spouse, there will always be things that happen. There is no such thing as perfect. Like silly fights will happen, bigger fights will happen. And it's really important to know how to apologize and forgive. But before that could happen, you have to get everything off your chest, I feel. Yeah, because then like you just will have this like burden on you, you know what I mean? And it's just really important. Yeah, sorry. What was I saying? Oops, I accidentally dropped my phone right there. Sorry about that, you guys. Yeah, so but yeah, sometimes if you're not sure what to do in that kind of situation, journaling could really help you like see things in a new state of mind. You could write down exactly what you're feeling, exactly what you want to do. And then sometimes you could even look at it a day or two later with a new set of eyes and see, like maybe you thought something, but then you changed your mind about it, but you needed a day or two to sleep on it. If that makes sense. Yes, we are live we are live right here on Facebook, and we're live in the app in my room at the same time. Yeah, and I feel like I've read a lot of articles and such saying like, you know, journaling is totally like kind of the same, whether you journal in a notebook or journal in a note section on your phone. And obviously we are all so different. We all have our own, we all have our own like focus style and stuff. And I 1,000% believe that you should always do what makes the most sense for you and your lifestyle. And sometimes you have to do a few experiments to really figure that out. Like for me personally, I tried journaling both on my phone and in an actual notebook. And I have found that I'm much more successful journaling in an actual notebook. Hello. Yeah, I feel like it's easier to kind of look back at your older posts. It's easy to, sorry about that. I'm trying to keep up with the comments. Yeah, sorry, I'm just trying to answer the comments as best I can. But yeah, what was I saying? Sometimes I'll lose my train of thought. Um, Thank you for everyone who's commenting so far and saying hi, sending lots of love. But yeah, sometimes like for me, I used to write a lot of things in my phone. Um, Sorry, one sec. I think I accidentally lost the PAL room. All right, there we go. Stay, please. Don't fall again. Sorry, I'm just talking to my phone. I have my phone right behind me and my computer here, and then my phone keeps falling over, and there's always something. But yeah, I feel like when I would put things in the note section in my phone, I would sometimes accidentally delete things when I was like cleaning out older notes, like directions and phone numbers and such. So that was very bad. So I just felt bad because I had all these journals and notes, and I would accidentally delete some things, or things would just get lost and buried, or just like a ton of different things would happen and would get lost with other notes. So it was harder for me to go and look back and reflect. Because I don't know about you, but the notes section on my phone is a mess. Like, I have notes about upcoming ideas for work-related things. I have upcoming ideas for these live streams. I'll write down things like, if I'm going somewhere new, I'll write down like the directions or like what route I want to take because I like to be prepared. If I have to like get a friend a present or like a birthday present, I'll write it in there. So there's really no organization, and it's kind of a ton of chaos, but it's kind of like organized chaos. And it makes sense because as of recently, I really don't put anything very, very important in notes. It's kind of just more brainstorm type things. Like if I'm just sitting around watching a show and it's a commercial and I think of like a really cool idea for anything, I'll just quickly open up my notes and jot it in so I don't forget, because that is the most annoying thing ever. And then when I have more time, I'll put it in like the appropriate place, like in my like Google Drive or my email or something along those lines. Yeah, and that makes things a lot easier for me. But again, everyone has their own focus style, and I totally think that if you found something that works and you really, really like it, you should totally stick with it. So it may take some time, but again, you know yourself best. So totally do what makes the most sense for you and what makes you the most comfortable. It may take a few months, it may even take a year to figure out your own style, but you kind of just have to reflect and know. Like, I'm still learning, but it took me years to figure out how to write like the perfect to-do list. I used to just put everything on one piece of paper, no organization, no order. I would just be like, okay, do this, do this, do this, do this. It was both personal related and work related. So I would write like, post this for this job, or I'm always making that, or pick up this from the grocery store, go get the mail, follow up with this friend, see how they're doing. And it was kind of everywhere. And it was just very overwhelming, and it like made me very anxious. But now I have a new system where I'll usually write 2 to 3 lists a day, and I'll organize it by either like the importance, or I'll organize it by like what has to be done first, or what's like the most complicated. Because sometimes a task will be extremely, extremely easy, like responding to an email, for example. But if that email has to be sent by 9 a.m. on the dot, or else something will happen, you have to kind of be like, okay, even though this will take me 3 seconds to send, this has to be the very first thing I do, because people are waiting on me for my opinion, for my output, for my draft. So it's kind of just knowing like how to plan your day and know if like the hardest thing should be done first, or the most important, or if 2 things can be done at the same time. I'm generally opposed to doing 2 things at the same time because I feel like you're much more likely to make mistakes or get distracted and that kind of stuff, and that's not really ideal. But at the end of the day, like some things are better doing together. I'm just trying to think of an example. Let's say you wrote a blog post and you're trying to compare the best blog post you wrote for the month in order to write your next blog post to make it something that your readers would enjoy and would help you, that kind of stuff. In that sense, writing the new post while looking at older posts at the same time actually could be very helpful, because you could be like, okay, my readers like when I use this kind of lingo, they like this kind of format, they like this kind of vibe, so it could help you make the next post better. So that could be done both at the same time. And I'm not sure why my phone is doing that. Is that my room? Yeah, I just want to make sure that everyone could hear me. Yeah, so anyways, I totally lost my train of thought again. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, notes about anything I've said, I would really like to know. Yeah, sorry, just 1 second. I want to make sure that I'm answering all the comments the best I can. Yeah, sorry, I'm answering comments, looking at both screens at once. I just want to make sure that I'm giving everyone the best experience possible. Yeah, because that's really important to me. Yeah, I lost my train of thought again. I am really sorry, guys. But yeah, if you have any questions, comments, notes about anything I've touched base on, like, please let me know. Also, feel free to comment your name, where you're from, what you do, your Pal Talk room. I would love to check that out later and see what it's all about. One of my favorite things about being on Pal Talk, honestly, is discovering new rooms and discovering new people. Like, again, I'm like totally losing like train of the main topic, but I just think it's so interesting to connect with people that you wouldn't normally talk to. I don't know, it's just like really cool to think that everyone in this world is so different and we all have such different opinions, and it's really cool to see like how people think, like people's interests, just all the good stuff, you know? Because again, you never know what else might work unless you try. You never know what opinions are out there unless you ask. It's just, I don't know, it's really interesting to me. And I always think this, but like, I always just want to say, because I want to say what's on my mind. Like, sometimes these chats just like are like a roller coaster. We'll touch base on one thing and I'll get so into it, and then I'll get like another idea and I'll bring it up and I'll get so into that, or I'll see a comment and that kind of changes my idea process. But it's just like really cool, you know? So very interesting. I think that is the app. Yeah, I was trying to stay organized. Okay, so I think we're probably gonna wrap up in about 5 minutes. So yeah, if any of you have any like questions, comments, feel free to comment them now, or you could always send me a comment later on in the day and I will get back to you on that. And if you haven't already, please come hang out in Michelle's room, come join. You know, even if I'm not in the room at the time, there are still so many awesome members in there who are super nice, and I think you'd all get along well. Yeah, I always have like a ton of things on my mind. It's like a totally up and down process. I'll be like super upbeat, super excited sometimes, like for like, I don't know, 5 hours, and then I'll get kind of like tired like mid-afternoon and I'll get a little sleepy. And then a couple hours later my mood will just totally like boost and do a complete 180, and it's just so interesting. I don't know if any of you guys have that too. I feel like I've kind of always been that way. I feel like no day for me is ever like a set like emotion or mindset or mood. It's very, very unlikely to be like extremely upbeat, positive, happy, excited like the entire day. It's very unlikely for me to be like sad or like frustrated the entire day. It's really a combination of both. And I don't know if any of you guys like that too, but I certainly am. Yeah, again, I think this chat was pretty fun. I hope you had fun too. We will be chatting again Thursday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. So if you can make it, I would absolutely love if you could come hang out live. But if not, that is totally fine. You could always rewatch the live videos later at a time that works best for you. And yeah, if you have any friends, family, pets you want to invite to join us on the next chat, that will be awesome. Until then, I will see you in the next live stream. I really appreciate everyone who took the time out of their day, to come hang out. I really do appreciate it. And yeah, I will see you all very soon. And alrighty, I guess we'll hang up now. Okay, bye everybody.